All right, guys, this is so exciting, the moment I've been waiting for. We're going to talk about cider, and I love that you have this stack that's like my height. Basically, I can hide behind a cider.
We can go taller if you want.
We can go taller. Look at how much you have here. So, joined by Brian and Matt this morning. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
And we want to talk about the event that you have coming up. It's all things cider, right?
Yeah, it's starting today, Cider Fest at Liberty Public Market. We have like 6 or 7 ciders on draft, plus a pretty large selection of these cans and bottles, and we're featuring some tastings and pourings. And
that's
really
great.
Delicious.
That's exciting. So at Liberty Public Market, starting today. Through the weekend?
Yep.
Yes?
Yep.
Perfect. That's so cool. Okay, so I want to teach our viewers, and I want to learn too, about cider. So do you want to explain what all these are and different flavors?
Cider in America really predates beer and wine as a thing. So like when the settlers first came over, cider was far more consumed than wine was, because in England and other northern European areas, grapes didn't grow, but the apples did.
Oh.
So cider is really
close. It's made of apples.
Yes. And it can be made of pears too, but it's called perry cider if it's that. So these are all apple ciders for the most part, plus meads, which are honey wines. But most ciders that we drink today are sparkling alcoholic ciders. And one thing that I learned in sort of putting this stuff together is that the champagne method, the method champenois, where you get sparkling wine, was really invented by cider producers in England before it went back to France and became part of the champagne movement. So really delicious, so many layers of flavors, and just something that's really part of our history and tradition, but was kind of wiped out pre-Prohibition. Really popular now, coming back in a strong way.
It really is, and you have a lot that we're going to taste test this morning, right?
Absolutely.
So do you want to kind of show us which ones, what are we going to be having?
Yeah, so we're going to go with a fun one. This one's from New Zealand. Okay. So this is Peckham.
Want to show that camera?
This is Peckham. It's going to be more dry, so it's going to be like your traditional Martinelli cider, apple cider, but with more of that backbone and some of the strength for adults only.
Okay, nice.
And the apples that are used to make cider aren't the hand apples that we eat usually. They're really crab apples, tough skins, lots of tannins, not kind you would ever eat raw, and that's what makes good cider.
Oh, okay. So it's not like what you put in your apple pie.
Yeah, it's sort of like grapes. You go to the store, you're not buying
you don't want to
Pinot
eat
Noir
those.
and Chardonnay grapes for your lunchbox.
Oh, thank you. Okay, woohoo. It does smell really good.
Yeah, I want to taste that.
Yeah, go ahead. We need to share. We can't drink alone. That's just wrong.
That's good. Cheers.
Cheers. Yay.
What else are we tasting?
So the next one that we're going to do is the Black Dog.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so this one's out of Los Angeles, and this one is charcoal infused and has tastes of like juicy blood orange and lavender.
Okay.
So
that sounds
a little
cool.
detoxification, clean you up a little bit.
Clean you up a little bit with cider. I like that idea. I'll put this one.
It'll have a nice.
We are drinking a few today.
A nice color with that charcoal.
Whoa. Okay, cool. Charcoal infused, lavender, and what?
And blood orange, like almost like a strong orange juice, but with a little sweetness to it.
Oh my goodness, that's really good. And I feel like the charcoal is like good for your.
And then the lavender kind of tones it down a little bit and gives it that floral note.
Then it's almost like salty a little bit.
It is salty.
Yeah, I like that. That's really fun. That's really cool. So this is by Black Dog.
And that's Black Dog.
Okay.
Really more in comparison to champagne or to like sour beers than beer or
it's not as like the the sweet stuff, because that's kind of hard to do a lot of, especially after a Thanksgiving feast that we all just had.
And after that feast, the best part is apple pie.
Okay, yes.
And this is from Far West, Misdemeanor Pie Crimes.
Okay.
So tons of herbs, spices, all of that apple pie that you would be expecting there. Okay.
How many are we tasting, by the way?
I think this might be.
We'll just do a couple of them.
Say, like,
just a nice broad variety, all different kind of flavors across the board.
I like to sniff everything first. Is that fine? That's normal.
Yeah, it's releasing all of those flavor compounds.
It like prepares me for what's going to happen.
And this one's out of Richmond, California. So we went from New Zealand, LA, and then up into Richmond.
That is delicious.
And that's dessert.
God, that is so good. Yeah, this is like apple pie. Like you were totally right, with vanilla on top.
Yeah. A la mode.
A la mode. Oh my gosh. So, okay, for the event that's happening today, people can literally have like a flight of ciders and try them all?
Sure, yeah. So again, we have a number of them on draft, and we can do 8-ounce and 16-ounce pours, and then of course we have the retail shop. You can buy cans to drink on site as well as to take home. And then we haven't talked really about mead, which is the other part we're featuring here.
Mead too. Okay.
Mead is also, obviously, most people know, one of the most ancient forms of alcohol. And it does seem like a lot of cultures along the way were based around what kind of alcohol they could make. So, mead is a honey alcohol, and there's all kinds of people doing fun and crazy things with mead right now. We have canned meads from Arizona.
There they are. I was going to say, which ones are the
Moonlight
meads?
These ones, the real high ends in the bottles down there. Just it's such a neat thing to explore. And if you swing by Bottlecraft at Liberty Public Market, the choices are just all over the place.
This is cool, and I want to give some love to the companies that made this. If you want to give some shout-outs, who made some of these, just so we can...
Yeah, so we have Moonlight Meadery here for the meads, and then Superstition Meadery from Arizona, and they range from some of the craziest, like barrel-aged, flavor-infused meads that I can't afford to buy to cans for us who love to drink it but don't want to invest our savings in it. For ciders, one of my favorites is Goat Rock. And this is from Healdsburg, California.
Healdsburg,
And kind of back to that champagne analysis, this is all wild fermentation.
Nice. We are out of time, guys, so I just want to remind everyone, Liberty Public Market is the place to be to try this all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.